All right, hello everyone again. This is the second video for the class, right? The last video we went over Unit 9. This is the second video. This is Unit 10 for Smart Choice 2. So hopefully you're all in the right video. Hopefully you've been doing well with your material. Don't forget about the Zoom conferences. That will help you clear up any doubts. I think they plan on putting on the platform also a little kind of like a Q&A or just people have questions and they get answered there. I also believe the Zoom conference covers a lot of that. Either way, let's focus on the grammar, right? Let's not extend all the videos as long as the last one. I think the last one was around 30 minutes, but I did cover a few extra things, and simply some grammar does take longer than the others. Um, I don't think this one should be too complicated, right? Just remember, no matter what grammar you're studying, I always put a lot of work into it. I always make sure to learn it right, because you got to take it step by step. You got to learn all aspects of English, no matter if you think it's important or not, and that will give you real fluidity with the language. All right, so let's go ahead and start here. Um, says right here, it must be models of possibility. And as you know, the title for Unit 10 says must be, maybe, might be, could be, and can't be. So it's not necessarily the same title, but all of those words are models of possibility. So just so you know, so models of possibility. When you're not sure, might, may, could, like the ones we're going over right now in the unit. When you are sure something is possibly possible or true, must. When you are sure something is not possible or not true, can't. Right? Don't confuse those. Don't confuse those. Must goes with the top one. Can't goes with this one, right? There's 50% possibility, 50-50, 100% yes, 100% no. Models of possibility. When you're not sure, may, might, could, right? Like we said, change the sentences. Perhaps England will win the next World Cup. Because if you say England will win the next World Cup, that is certainty. So you want to express uncertainty, right? Uncertainty is what you're going for in this situation or this type of English grammar. So maybe I'll see you on Sunday, right? It could happen. Maybe something else might come up. You might visit somebody else. You might have work, right? So maybe I'll see you on Sunday. You don't want to tell somebody I'll see you on Sunday and not show up. That is rude. Could. Heavy rain is possible this evening. Or you could say there could be heavy rain this evening. There could be heavy rain this evening. Don't forget, there's a few different ways to express the same thing, as long as you know the keywords associated. All of these are uncertainty. So all of these could be used to write a different type of sentence of the same thing, right? You could say England may win the next World Cup. England may win the next World Cup. Modest possibility. Here's another example. Change the sentence, use might, right? So we're gonna see some sentences And they're going to be kind of similar, but they're going to change some keywords from the modest possibility. So this one says, perhaps England will win the next World Cup. Using the word perhaps, right? And now we're applying might. England might win the next World Cup. England might win the the next World Cup. Sorry. Change the sentence and use may, right? May as a possibility, not may as a month. They're putting capitalized here just to emphasize that it is the key word for grammar. Obviously, um, when you're using may at the end of a sentence, or as long as it's not the beginning, it's going to be lowercase. In this case, they're using maybe. So since they're using maybe and is the first word, well, obviously it's capitalized. But May, just like this, is the month May, like March, April, May. Maybe I'll see you at 9 o'clock. Or you could say, I may see you at 9 o'clock. You put the I, then the may, and you erase the be and the will. Different ways to form sentences. Change the sentence and use may. I may see you at 9 o'clock. I may see you at 9 o'clock. Right? Like I was saying, you're eliminating the be right here that's associated with the maybe and the ILL, and they're moving the I to the front, right? So that's why I tell people that it's good to practice writing these sentences. It might seem something that for, I don't know, a lot of people see younger children or younger people just writing a bunch of sentences and they see it, oh, I'm an adult, I don't need to do that. I could just watch videos, I could just do audios, and that's good enough. But the fundamentals of education are fundamentals for a reason. So, fundamentally, if you want to learn a language, you have to be repetitive in all aspects. That includes writing the sentences and like these, the small changes, writing sentences with the small changes that clears up confusion in your head because you're writing it on your own. Mhm. This time about could. Rain is possible this evening. You will see some weather. It could rain this evening. Obviously, there's some more you could say with these, depending on the weather and the time. You do some of those practices on your own. It's fine. I'm just going to go through them. They're a little bit tedious, if I would be so bold to say. She's been partying all night. That's a really bad face for partying. But I could see, and I have seen some people like that, and worse. I have had quite a variety of jobs, and some people are surprisingly with no self control. When you are sure something is possible or true, it is must. Make a sentence with must, right? When you're sure something is true, must. So, this is what the sentence that we created here. Hopefully, maybe you paused the video before and you created a sentence, or you just thought of a sentence, not that simple. I mean, not that difficult. It's very short. She must be tired. Models possibility. When you're sure something is possible or true, must make a sentence with must, right? See the example here. Surprisingly looks like Einstein. Maybe a joke. Let's see them solve it. He must be bored. I bet the I bet you thought the sentence was gonna be difficult, right? You saw the guy writing stuff on the board. You thought maybe you had to write something about the board and the guy writing, but it was not that difficult. Sometimes simple is the way to go. So yes, we're talking about the student here. He's obviously not understanding much of the math equations, right? So he must be bored. And also just by the image, you could say he may be asleep, right? Can't say for sure, but you could definitely say he's bored. Make him make a sentence with must for this situation. Try to think of one. Maybe pause the video, and I'll move on to the next slide where they will be answering it. Let's look at the answer. Obviously, there's more than one answer to be had. He must be cold. Yes, indeed, he must be cold. I would also say he must be brave, right? He must be brave. Some people would be rude and say he must be dumb, right? Why would he do that? He's crazy. He must be crazy to do that, right? But more than anything, he must be cold. Just like I was saying, surprisingly, they said it right here. He must be mad. A lot of people have a misinterpretation of the word mad. Mad isn't just angry. Mad is like not making any sense in your head. So it's kind of like being crazy. You know, the same thing as when you're angry. You don't really make sense. So in English, we use it in both ways. So depending on the situation, it is understood. Like in this case, it is understood that he is not angry. It is understood that he's saying he must be mad, as in he must be not in all his senses to do something so bold and crazy. Making sure we're covering all the info here. Don't forget to go over the grammar on page 134 in the book. That's some of the grammar. There's some exercises there for fun. I'm not sure if those are, you have to do those for the syllabus. I don't have it with me right now, and I'm focusing on this grammar. Other than that, let's see. Okay. Yeah. Well, we've gone over pretty much all the possibilities. I'll extend this video a little bit more. I might not go over all the PowerPoint just because it is a little bit expensive, right? Here's some more examples. Let's write about must with these people. That's why I paused it there so you could try to make your own sentences. They must be British. He must be joking. Well, it's hard to say if that's a joke. I would say mm, he is just being silly. So now we're moving on to can't, right? We went over a lot of must, may, might, could. And I don't think we've gone over can't too much. So let's see a little bit of this one. So I am sure he is not happy. See what sentence he with, with can't. So you can see here, I'm sure he is not happy. Same type of sentence, different words, but it's the same expression. He can't be happy. Of course, it's 100% certainty because nobody that looks like that is happy. Sorry. I am sure she isn't listening. Right? We're going with a picture. I'm sure she isn't listening. See the girl there. She's imagining some kind of lady that's flying, some fairy tale. She can't be listening, right? When somebody looks like that, there's no possible way they're listening. He can't be serious. So the joking one didn't make much sense because honestly, for somebody to be joking, they have to be funny. And in my opinion, nothing funny about that guy. But yes, I would say he can't be serious. He is ridiculous. Just don't forget the rules, right? So remember, they keep showing you the rules, and they're just telling you that you make sentences depending on the picture, right? He must be scared. I'm just going to go through these quickly. I suggest you take a pause. They show you one slide without the answer, like this one. And then the next slide will have the answer. So you could test yourself. He must be thirsty. So depending on the picture, don't forget that this exercise has a very big purpose. Depending on the picture, you're going to choose one of these, right? Obviously, you can't say he can't be thirsty. It's definitely he must be thirsty. He's dying of thirst. Remember, pause the video, answer these on your own, answer these with a buddy, with a classmate, make a Zoom call with them. We're going to have our Zoom conference calls. We're going to help you out with a little bit of everything, of course. We are teachers and we care about you very much. And we want to see you keep growing in academics, right? Academically, and as a class, and as an individual. But that doesn't mean you can't do some of these homeworks with your friend. So again, just look at these. And then afterwards, after you and your buddy answer, right, on your own, you look at the response. They can't be happy. You could also say they must not be happy, right? Forget that some can be used in negative. All right, guys, I think that's more than enough exercises. I think we got the hang of pretty much everything that we needed. I'll keep scrolling down slowly as I do this outro in case you want to do a little bit more exercises. But again, this was Unit 10 covering must be, maybe, might be, could be, and can't be, talking about possibilities, right? So I appreciate all your efforts coming to these classes and trying to figure out everything that's going on. But just don't forget that not just me, all of your professors will have time to talk with you during the Zoom conferences and clear up any doubts that you might have. I hope you're getting some of these answers right. Don't forget that a lot of them technically have more than one answer, so don't think if it's not exact that it's completely wrong. That's something you could check during a Zoom conference call if you truly believe it is right. But maybe before just throwing everything to your professor, or like, hey, professor, is this right? Hey, professor, is this right? Check who's doing really well in English, somebody that's communicative in your class, and talk with them about it. They might help you out. Don't forget that part of education is being very communicative, not just with your teacher, not just with your superiors, not just with your parents, but with your classmates. Whether your personalities are exactly matching or not, doesn't matter. When you go into the work field, not like you're going to go into a work field depending on all the personalities on all of the employees. That's a bad joke. But if you develop enough character, um, you'll always be okay. Don't forget, these are just more examples. And I wanted to bother, just showing them because this is a video and you can pause it, so you don't really need the PowerPoint or anything like that. I don't want people messaging me to send them the PowerPoint. Either way, I believe you have enough work as it is, and definitely enough exercises in your book, right? And don't forget that also we'll be having a conversations during the Zoom conference calls, and that will be a bit of work aside from the work you'll be doing with your other classes, right? So we're trying to keep it simple, and again, because we're trying to keep it simple, I myself believe that these videos should be a little bit extensive, so you could watch them 2, 3 times, and really just cover a lot of the info that you might need. You should make some really good notes after watching these videos 2 or 3 times, and then during one of the conference calls, you ask some questions, right? But obviously, you should be studying the grammar. You should be looking at it thoroughly. You can't just look at the exercises and be like, "Hey, I don't get it," right? All right, guys, thank you so much. This is pretty much the end of the information, the end of the slide. I thank you so much for your time. I thank you so much for watching these videos, even though they're a little bit extensive. And I hope you appreciate the effort we put into really trying to explain the material to you guys, get it clear, even though we're not presently with you guys. It's very important that, you know, we all put some great effort into this. I won't extend this any further. Either way, we still have some more videos. I'll see you guys in the next one. Please take care of yourselves.